Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. The Valley star, Jax Taylor, cringed when he looked back on himself and shared that he was disgusting. He is over 100 days sober, so he is seeing everything through a new lens now. So what did he have to say upon reflection? Keep reading for further details. It has been a long year for Jax Taylor. His wife, Brittany Cartwright, ended their marriage after nearly 5 years. This all played out in Season 1 of The Valley and will continue into Season 2. During filming, Jax got so out of hand that he entered a treatment facility. As he came out, he shared that he had been diagnosed with PTSD and bipolar disorder. Eventually, Jax confessed he had been an addict for 20 years and was finally in recovery. He now has over 100 days sober and is immensely proud of his achievement. One part of recovery and healing is looking back at oneself and seeing what everyone else saw. Ahead of the Season 2 premiere of The Valley, Jax is now sharing how disturbed he was to see himself. It was the hardest time for him to see what he looked like in the upcoming season, as he was a disaster. It is really rough. I don't know who that person is. I look disgusting. I give myself the ick just looking at it, really. The cast celebrated the premiere of the new season on Thursday, April 10th, with a red carpet event. That was when Jax was so transparent about being disgusting. But what was it in particular? Was it his conflict with his co-stars, his estranged wife filing for divorce, or something else? He noted he was a shell of himself and went on to add, "I was very disgusted with myself, very emotional and very sad. But again, that was a year ago. I'm in a very different place now." Right now, Jax Taylor is focused on himself, his health, and his son with Brittany, who is autistic. "I'm healthier. I put on a little weight, healthy weight. I am really into my fitness and health and trying to take care of my body. I'm trying to make things right with Brittany Cartwright and take care of our son." After seeing how focused Jax Taylor is on getting himself better, the Valley fans had nothing but praise for him. They had never seen him so clear, concise, and put together. This made them realize that maybe he had evolved and was truly working on himself. This is a demeanor from Jax that I've never seen, and it's absolutely amazing to witness. That's an empowering revaluation. Good for you. Pat yourself on the back and just keep moving. I heard every word you just said. Very, very powerful. You have done such great work on yourself for yourself and your son. Well done, Jax. He seems different. I'm in recovery. I think he might be changing. I hope so. Followers seem very optimistic when it comes to Jax Taylor, and the hope is that he won't go backward. Time will tell what is next for him, but it is looking up. What do you think of Jax's reflective side, and do you truly believe he is getting better? Reality television thrives on transformation stories, some emotional, some aesthetic, and others pure chaos. Jax Taylor, the longtime bad boy of Vanderpump Rules, has seen himself go through all three. Known for his explosive drama, controversial choices, and ever-changing image, Jax Taylor has become synonymous with the messy, binge-worthy allure of reality TV. But in a recent wave of self-reflection, Taylor has publicly admitted something that's both surprising and refreshingly honest. He cringes looking back at himself, and even thinks he looked disgusting. In an age where image is curated and controlled, Jax Taylor's bluntness stands out. But what exactly does he mean? Is it physical, emotional, aesthetic, moral? The answer, it turns out, is all of the above. Before Jax Taylor became a fixture at SUR and a central character on Vanderpump Rules, he had a modeling career that saw him jet-setting around the world. He posed for brands like Abercrombie and Fitch and appeared in campaigns that capitalized on his all-American good looks. By the time he entered the world of reality TV, Taylor had the chiseled jawline, the charm, and the edge that made for perfect Bravo television. But looks weren't the only part of his package. His on-screen persona quickly became defined by infidelity, temper tantrums, manipulations, and some truly unforgettable blow-ups. The aesthetic evolution mirrored the internal one. The once polished model began to appear more erratic, volatile, and emotionally drained as the seasons progressed. It's this version of himself that Taylor now finds hard to watch. In a recent podcast appearance, Jax Taylor didn't hold back when asked if he watches old episodes of Vanderpump Rules. "I look back and I cringe. I look disgusting. I don't know what I was thinking with the way I acted or even how I looked. Bloated, angry, just gross." The admission took many fans by surprise. While Jax has always been outspoken, he rarely reflects on himself with this level of raw honesty. Sure, he's apologized in the past, sometimes publicly, sometimes performatively, but to hear him describe himself as disgusting signaled something deeper. Taylor expanded on his comment, noting that the physical toll of drinking, partying, and emotional stress had changed his appearance. "There were nights we'd be filming until 3 a.m., hammered, eating whatever, yelling at each other. And then I'd watch it months later and think, that's not who I want to be. That's not who I am." On reality TV, the line between performance and reality often blurs. For Jax, it became a lifestyle. Over the years, fans saw him cheat on girlfriends, lie to friends, scream in rage, and spiral into self-sabotage, often while defending his actions or gaslighting those around him. And while all of that made great television, it clearly took a toll on the man himself. Jax's appearance, once fit and photogenic, began to change. Puffy face, tired eyes, and a general dishevelment marked his later seasons. His behavior was often erratic. Fans noticed, and they weren't shy about pointing it out on social media. Looking back, Taylor now sees what viewers were seeing. "I just looked like I hated myself," he said. "I was treating my body like garbage, and it showed." Celebrity culture loves a redemption arc, and for Jax Taylor, owning up to past mistakes may be his first step toward one. Fan reaction to his recent self-assessment has been mixed. Some applaud the honesty, while others wonder if it's part of a calculated rebrand. After all, Taylor and his wife Brittany Cartwright have recently returned to the spotlight with The Valley, a Vanderpump Rules spin-off focusing on ex-cast members navigating adult life, parenting, and marriage. Still, even skeptics have acknowledged that Taylor's willingness to call himself out is unusual in the reality TV world, where image is king. His stark admission resonates especially in an era where filtered selfies and PR apologies have become the norm. "Most people don't admit they looked disgusting, emotionally or physically," said one fan on Reddit. "Even if it's part of a rebrand, it still takes guts." For years, the Jax Taylor brand was about rebellion, hot-headedness, and unpredictable drama. He was the guy who would start a fight at a pool party and then cry in the confessional about not being loved enough. His contradictions were part of his appeal, and his toxicity was, to many, entertaining. But post-Vanderpump Rules, the brand has shifted. As a husband and father, Jax now promotes a cleaner, more family-oriented image. He's embraced fatherhood, wellness, and even entrepreneurship. He often posts about parenting his son Cruz and speaks openly about wanting to be a better man for his family. Still, the ghost of old Jax hovers nearby. The internet never forgets, and old clips of him screaming at castmates or storming Offset continue to circulate on TikTok and Instagram. This makes his admission all the more potent. He's not just acknowledging change, but reckoning with the past that is forever archived online. When asked what exactly he finds disgusting about his former self, Taylor broke it down. "The drinking. It got out of control. I wasn't drinking to have fun. I was drinking to escape. And that's not healthy. It shows in your face, your body, your spirit." The lying. "I don't know why I lied so much. Maybe I was insecure. Maybe I liked the drama. But I lied when I didn't even need to. It made me feel powerful, but really I was weak." The vanity. "I used to think I was the hottest guy in the room. Looking back now, I was a mess. Bloated face, terrible style, angry all the time. It wasn't attractive." I looked like I didn't care about myself. The emotional outbursts. I was always yelling. It's embarrassing to watch now. It's like, who is that guy? His honesty paints a portrait of a man in search of himself, someone who, despite his fame and fortune, felt lost in the whirlwind of reality fame. Jax Taylor's comments touch on a broader cultural shift happening in celebrity media. More public figures are beginning to confront the uglier parts of their fame. Whether it's Jonah Hill discussing body image or Demi Lovato reflecting on substance abuse, there's a growing trend of reckoning, not just for PR, but for growth. The question is whether Jax's confession is genuine or simply a new chapter in his aiming to offer a more mature, less chaotic version of the Vanderpump universe. This could be Taylor's way of aligning with that ethos. But even if it is strategic, it doesn't erase the value of his honesty. Because for longtime fans, seeing someone as notoriously unfiltered as Jax Taylor call himself out is a moment worth noting, cringe and all. Jax's journey prompts the classic question, can people truly change? He seems to believe so. I'm not perfect. I still have my moments. But I'm a better husband now. I'm a better dad. And I want to be someone my son can be proud of. He credits therapy, fatherhood, and simply growing older for his transformation. When you see yourself on TV acting like a monster, you either change or you keep pretending it's fine. I didn't want to pretend anymore. It's a narrative familiar to many former reality stars. You start out chasing fame, living fast, acting recklessly, until the cameras capture a version of you that you don't recognize. Then comes the hard part, reclaiming your identity outside the edits, the ratings, and the personas. Cringe has become a buzzword in digital culture, often used to shame or mock. But in Jax Taylor's case, it might be the very thing leading to growth. By cringing at his former self, Taylor acknowledges the gap between who he was and who he wants to be. It's a necessary discomfort, one that, for all its awkwardness, signals evolution. Not every reality star gets that chance. Some double down on their drama. Others disappear. But Jax Taylor, in his raw, sometimes messy way, seems to be choosing reflection. He may still be a work in progress, aren't we all? But his willingness to say, I looked disgusting, is oddly inspiring. Because sometimes, the first step to transformation is admitting that the person in the mirror, or on screen, isn't someone you want to be anymore. Please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos.